एस ठाकुर जूनियर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट इंडियन अकाउंटिंग एसोसिएशन हमारे बीच पधार चुके हैं। और ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि एक इतनी बड़ी डाउन टू अर्थ पर्सनैलिटी, जिनको लगभग 15 वर्ष से राकेश सर को पिछले 15 वर्ष से ज्यादा प्रोफेसरशिप का एक्सपीरियंस है और अकाउंटिंग एसोसिएशन के लिए जो मेहनत सर ने की है निसंदेह वो फलदायी होगी और हमें आने वाले वर्षों में इसका लाभ मिलेगा। मैं तहे दिल से सर का स्वागत करता हूँ। हमारे गेस्ट प्रोफेसर के एस ठाकुर साहब के स्वागत के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूँ डॉक्टर प्रद्युमन सिंह अदेसरा जी को कि आप आए और हम एक पेड़ भेंट कर सर का स्वागत करें। मेरा अनुरोध रहेगा डॉक्टर कंचन जी से कि आप आए और श्रीफल भेंट कर हमारे सेशन चेयर का स्वागत करें। थैंक यू कंचन जी। हमारे बीच सेशन में कीनोट स्पीकर के रूप में प्रोफेसर केमिलिया ब्रिंटो पिंटो सिल्वा ब्राजील से जुड़ चुके हैं। मैं आपका भी हृदय की असीम गहराइयों से स्वागत करता हूं। आई वेलकम मैम प्रोफेसर केमिलो ब्रेटा पिंटो सिल्वा फ्रॉम ब्राजील। It's a pleasure for not only for me but also for the whole university that you have given your valuable time in our short notice. Thanks, ma'am. Now I am going to call the first call to Professor Camilo Barreto because she has a tough task to join in Latin from Brazil. Then I am welcoming them and going on to Professor Camilo Barreto Pinto Silva.
Good morning. Greeting to everyone. First, I would like to thank Professor Prakash Sharma for the invitation and for being able to participate. Also, I would like to thank Professor Angela Liazzi Ferraro. It's my first conference in India and at the University of Jaipur. I feel honored with this opportunity. My presentation consists in to talk about the fight against the deforestation of the Amazon rainforest and the use of artificial intelligence. In Brazil, taking the 2030 agenda as a parameter, we have gotten worse enormously since the COVID pandemic. Poverty has increased and hunger is back in the lives of many Brazilians. In the environment, we dismantled the public administration of environmental protection, causing a substantial increase in deforestation in the country, specifically in the Amazon rainforest. We must ask ourselves, how should we proceed to reverse the situation? Will only human action be able to do it? Is artificial intelligence capable of helping us successfully? Well, these are some of questions we'll try to answer. Today, the preservation of the Amazon rainforest can count on financial help from countries like Germany and Norway, the National Fund for the Preservation of the Amazon, and non-profit organizations. The legal Amazon corresponds to about 58.93% of Brazilian territory and has 772 municipalities. The Amazon rainforest corresponds to about 7% of the planet's surface. It has approximately 50% of the world's biodiversity, thus demonstrating the enormous importance of biome of the global environmental balance, especially water and climate. Despite its importance, the Amazon rainforest is endangered. In 2018, 17% of it was estimated to have been deforested. Some studies suggest that the reaching 25% deforestation would lead to catastrophic effects. Satellite image analysis is now standard practice. Thousands of images have accumulated over the years, making it possible to follow how a place evolves. Map Biomas has 36 years of satellite images. Today, in Brazil, the verification of deforestation is in the Amazon rainforest is done by satellite image analysis. Also, we have images. Artificial intelligence only proceeds to analyze this data and show the situation retrospectively. Drones, cameras, and microphones could allow real-time monitoring and even the possibility of intervention, thus stopping illegal activities. For example, no-profit organization, Rainforest Connection, use recycled phones in the forest to record the sound of illegal activities. The system used algorithms to identify noise, such as the use of chainsaw, animal poaching, and drug smuggles, and then notifying rangers. Acoustic systems are also used to monitor wildlife and sing the endangered birds, etc. Association artificial intelligence with projects such as crowdsourcing has proven successful. Global Forest Watch is an online platform where images are noted with the help of volunteers. This allows the algorithms to be more reliable. These algorithms are then used to count trees, identify legal, meaning areas, and warn authorities of threats to the forest. In fact, by using satellite images and radar data, artificial intelligence can achieve near tree resolution. It can use artificial intelligence to study how biodiversity is evolving, which species are endangered, explore potential solutions through simulation, etc. Artificial intelligence algorithms allow vast amounts of data to be analyzed quickly. There are several projects in which these algorithms are combined with cloud-based computers. For example, Map Biomas is a project to create historical maps of the forest, making it possible to study its evolution and map a forest about which we still know very little. In addition, machine learning algorithms can predict where deforestation is likely to occur. Indigenous agents use drones with GPS and a sophisticated artificial intelligence tool to indicate incursions into their lands. Microsoft and Amazon developed the algorithm. Considering the number of trees in the area that have been damaged, the algorithms are also used as a system to study interventions, predict new menaces, and rank priorities. The widespread use of algorithms today makes it much easier for associations to investigate whether companies are lying about their commitment against deforestation. This makes it possible to create pressure companies to have proven effectivity. The Amazon region, for being a preservation area, in almost its totality has little industrial and even agricultural area, with a few job offers for the population. In the state of Amazonas, there is the Manaus Industrial Pole, which is an industrial park consisting of 3 economic poles: commercial, industrial, and agricultural. In the region of Pará, we have the extraction of açaí as a source of income, which is very strong. One way to preserve the forest and give actual conditions for survival is the incentive to replant the devastated area for the population, who will be paid for the planting and the preservation of the place. For practical preservation, we need to aggregate human actions with technology, because one without the other will not produce the desired effect. To reserve the deforestation of Amazon rainforest, the government that will assume in January 2023 in Brazil is planning to repeal a series of laws that encourage or favor deforestation, and to start fining landowners who illegally deforest areas using satellite images. Furthermore, foreign citizens and companies' choices can also influence. For example, when Cargill decided to stop buying soya produced in nearly deforested area of Amazon, deforestation of the forest for soya cultivation descended rapidly. In conclusion, Brazilian FAPESP researchers developed a method based on satellite imaging. Artificial intelligence shows that the priority area for actions to combat deforestation could be 27.8% smaller than the 11 municipalities currently monitored by the federal government in the Amazon Plan 2021-2022. That is, the area to be observed would be 160,000 square kilometers smaller. Scientists from the National Institute for Space Research and American universities conclude that the proposed method reveals new frontiers of forest filling currently outside the monitoring plan, because they go beyond the limits of this targeted municipality. Even though the subject treated here demands a lot of discussion, I will end my participation here and place myself at your disposal for any questions you may have. Once more, thank you for all the participation and presence.
On ma'am, your valuable suggestions will be added through the process of environmental protection, and will be added in thinking by our researchers for the research. Now I am going to call Professor R.B. Sharma from Bahrain, our co-keynote speaker of the sessions. Professor R.B. Sharma sir has more than 15 years teaching in accounting and finance. Firstly, he has joined Prince Sattam bin Abdullah University, Saudi, and then now he is in Bahrain. And it is my privilege that many research paper has been published throughout the globe, and 164 citations. It is a very matter of proud that sir has 164 citations through Google Scholars. You can just join Professor R.B. Sharma Bahrain, and there is a long list of their work, academic work. I'm very thankful to sir that they have joined us in a short notice. And over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you very much for my brief profile. So, first of all, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Rajasthan, Professor Rajiv Jain, Professor Prakash Sharma, Director, Department of Lifelong Learning, Department, Dr. Barkha, Conference Director, Dr. M.L. Vasita, Vice Principal, Commerce College, Dr. Satpal, co-convener of the conference, and one of my friends is also present, Manguram, Dr. Manguramji is also there. So thank you, Dr. Manguramji, for attending this conference, and I'm really happy that your presence in this conference. So first of all, good morning and very warm welcome from the Kingdom of Bahrain. First of all, I would like to thank you for Conference Director, Conference Steering Committee for giving me opportunity to share my thoughts on environmental accounting issues. So it is true, my dear friends, that it's true that environment is not only help to keep the climate balance, but it is also offered the thinkful needs of human life. As we know, the environment has suffered because of modernization, industrialization, growing use of technology, and also due to the human selfishness of and play the internal resources. People cut down the trees and other vegetations, which is a negative impact on the ecosystem. So my dear friends, I just want to share one of the research when I was in the Saudi Arabia in 2012, and one of my funded research project was there, and it was also related to carbon emissions and economical growth. When I was doing research with my colleagues, one of my colleagues is in IIT Kanpur, so he was my co-partner was there, and when I researched that research projects, and I came to know that once the economic growth increased, the carbon emissions was also increased. So it is having a positive relationship, whatever we observed. So if you go for the economic development, of course, the carbon emission will increase, and this environment will also get increased. So that was the positive correlation was there, and that we proved it. But we also recommended some sort of suggestions to the government and how we can reduce these carbon emissions and protect our environment and all. So as the accounting community should give a contribution to prevent the ecosystem by not only developing the accounting standards, guidelines, mandatory disclosures of environment facts, but also proper recording of cost, benefits, environment, climate, related risk, economic disclosures in the financial statements. Dear friends, accounting and auditing are the key tools to communicate reliable, eliminate informations to investors and markets. The accounting professional assist management of the business in decision-making of purchase, investments, productions, as well as external reporting of the environment cost and liabilities, helping the nations record of their natural resource and economic activities. Friends, there are the main three regions of accounting, environmental accounting reasons. Number one is sustainability development. So for environmental accounting, it's very much essential for sustainability development. Sustainability developments, I'm just briefing in one short sentence that sustainability developments means the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation. So we have to protect for the future generations. We have to just save our resources for the future generations. So sustainability developments, we should not utilize all the resources by ourselves only. So that's why the environment protection is very much required. Another is ecosystem, express the efficiency and which ecological resources are used to meet the establishment of the economic goal. And third one is accountability. These are the main three regions. Accountability means that which provides the fair system of information flow. Accountability relations between the corporation and stakeholders form the fiscal point of this link. So environmental accounting provide the framework to analyze the environmental cost which were incurred in the present in the period of time and physical and monetary terms to report accurately. So environmental accounting includes financial environment performance, policy aspects which are centered in the many parts of the annual program report and social responsibility. So dear friends, high quality of disclosures, environment accounting information is important. But there are the few regulations, guidelines, disclosures of companies, environmental accounting information. It is not identical to compile the financial report. Quality of environmental accounting information disclosed is also different. So if we are talking about this one, environmental accounting and financial statements and how we are these are treating as a liability or assets or expenditures and like that. So first, I'm just is my view that environmental obligations are our liabilities. So these are the as we know that the international accounting standard number 37. I remember. So 37, that provision, contingency liability, and contingent assets provide the general considerations that apply to the recognition of disclosure of provisions, contingent loss, including those arises from the environmental matter. So the possible obligations is depend on the possibility of the future event occurrence, and the amount of the present obligations cannot be properly anticipated. Environmental assets are whatever we are consuming, the air, water, land, forest, and other natural resources we are treating as environmental assets. Similarly, the protection expenditures are there. We have to record in the environment protection expenditures, whatever the company is incurring on the protections of the environment. So these expenditures are actually expressed, incurred in the industries, household, government, non-government organizations to avoid the environmental degradation or eliminate the part of all effect of degradations has taken place. In the annual operating cost, and while we are recording the environmental accounting, where we are doing the environmental accounting, so environmental operating cost is also there. So the industry which entity operate and associate the environmental issue, the accounting treatment adopted for the environmental cost. For example, that purchase of the pollutions prevention technology, waste management cost, all these are our environmental operating cost. The energy cost can be considered as the environmental cost as used to the fossil fuel as a source of the carbon dioxide and air pollution. Penalties of the entities or expenses, the failure of complying of the legal requirement concerns to the environmental matter. Such emissions or waste disposals may require the accrual remedial work, compensations, legal cost, etc. In failure of the comply of the pollutions control laws, it may be fine or penalty the entity. These are also treated as an expenses in environmental accounting. Emission accounting. So emissions accounting data of the emissions, including discharge of the waste from the populating sectors, are combined. The most important polluted and waste categories need to identifying the separate since the cost of impact and considering by the type of populating and waste. If we are talking about the environmental accounting and auditor's role, so here if we are saying that environmental is a problem of the world, will not solve over the night, and nor will they be. So the environmental accounting problem is not only for the overnight solution is not possible, but our accounting professionals, that stakeholders are still believing on the accounting professionals, and we can do and protect them to how to prevent the environment. So, however, much trust placed in the role of accounting professionals to respond to the expectations of the citizens by providing independent, creditable, objective verifications of the informations provided by the government agencies with respect to their activities and their impact on the environment. The audit financial statements enable the auditors to express an opinion on whether the financial statements are prepared in all material respect in accordance with the identified financial reporting framework. It also shows how immaterial respects can directly link to the environmental cost, obligations, impact, and outcomes. In this context, the audit of the financial statement required auditors to consider the environmental matter as a part of regulatory audit. In addition, an auditor need to be aware ongoing development, so such as organizations' assets. They should seek out the opportunity to encourage their client to adopt regime that may be considered good practices but not currently mandatory instance. The protection of environment are very essentials as a standard of both financial reporting and corporate governance move towards fuller reporting and disclosure. Environment, social, ethical reporting. Auditor will need to apprise their approach. Auditors should knowledge about the environmental matter. In all audit, a significant knowledge of business is needed to enable the auditor to identify, understand matter that may have significant effect on the financial statements, the audit process, and audit report. The regulatory audit should consider the regulatory of audit considers the industry in which the entity operate as a could be indicate the possible existence of environmental liability and contingency. Certain industries are more exposed to environmental risk. For example, chemical, oil, gas, pharma industries, mining industries, government agencies with responsible for environmental management and regulations. On other hand, past few years, sustainability reporting and environmental social governance informations often are included in the company's report that do not include the financial statements, audited financial statements. In these instances, the auditor has no responsibility for ESG information as a part of financial statement or internal control over the financial reporting audit. My dear friends, in the conclusion, all the companies need to participate to measure emissions and assessing for planning for physical impact of the climate change on their business, as well as the transactions of low carbon economy. But the informations that company disclose to the investors will not meet call unless the regulator steps forward. Ensure that through the accounting and assurance requirement that those disclosures are completed and accurate. However, it is not simply applications of some environmental rules on the traditional accounting practices. Depending on the increasing awareness and interest, some serious measures have been taken place to protect the natural environment on the national, regional, and organizational level. Some efforts can go a long way, and a business has a way of influencing others to protect the environment. These joint efforts can lead to distress, pollution, safer, healthier planet Earth. In light of significance of the environment, we should all work together to prevent it. Similarly, other weak and accounting professionals also have a responsibility to prevent the environment and to provide reporting and audit services in public interest. In nutshell, There is a lack of research on the quality evaluations of disclosures, environment information, accounting informations. Without evaluations, the weakness of the disclosures cannot be found and environment cannot be made accurately. There are some questions were needed to work on it. For example, does the current income accounting system accurately reflect the true value of the economic's wealth? If not, how do we evaluate the performance economy? We can present evaluation system in environmental area. There are some questions into account. So these are the some certain future questions for the researchers. Now we have to think about these and we can just proceed for the further research in environmental area. Thank you very much, and thank you for Dr. Camilla for listening my keynote speech. Thank you very much. So nice. That's all. Thank you very much. I'm very much thankful to all the organizers team and conference organizing team for giving me the time to share my thoughts, and thank you to all the respected guests and audience to listen to my views. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your academic visit has been started from. I am feeling proud for this that your academic visit has been started from Jodhpur and then you have joined Saudi Arabia and now you are in Bahrain and all academic visit will boost up for our researchers to go with you with some joint advance, some joint academic works and your direction, your words that we have got to go for the save the planet in India and save the planet and environmental protection. Thank you, sir. And you will be with us in further programs. और भारत से आपका जो जुड़ा और स्नेह है वो आज भी यही है कि आपका व्हाट्सएप नंबर आज भी इंडिया वाला ही चालू है जिससे हम लगातार आपसे टच में हैं और आज भी इंडियन अकाउंटिंग एसोसिएशन के आप लाइफ मेंबर हैं और हमारी रिसर्च को ये आप बूस्ट अप करते रहिएगा। आज के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और देखिए असीम गहराइयों से आपका धन्यवाद।
Surely, thank you very much. Thank you.
Now we are going to start presentation and first of all I am going to call Kiran Meena. किरण मीना, आपने अपना पीपीटी के लिए दे दिया वहाँ? ठीक है।
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kiran Meena, research scholar from Department of ABST, University of Rajasthan. And my research paper title is Environmental Accounting, a Conceptual Study in Indian Context. Environmental accounting is an emerging concept. The international acceptance of environmental issues has given birth to a new branch of accounting called environmental accounting. Environmental accounting identifies the resources consumed and costs rendered to the environment by the business organization. It makes the quantitative assessment of the cost and benefits of an organization's activities directed to preservation of environment. In the McGraw-Hill Encyclopedia of Environmental Science, the term environment is defined as the sum total of all conditions and influences that affect the development and life of an organism, including man. The next is rationale of environmental accounting. Measuring and communicating the potential benefits of investment and costs related to environmental conservation activities helps a company to improve its efficiency. Environmental accounting also plays a very vital role in rational decision making. It helps companies and other organizations to boost their public trust and confidence. By minimizing environmental impact through improved design of products, packages, and processes. Environmental accounting takes the competitive advantage and it encourages consumers and helps them to purchase environmentally friendly products. The next is major issues and challenges. The major burning issues and challenges with regards to environmental accounting includes identification of environmental cost, capitalization of cost, identification of environmental liability, and measurement of liabilities. Further, the international awareness and acceptance of the importance of natural and environmental resources had led to the development of environmental accounting. In different countries, the accounting and disclosure practices in respect of environmental issues have become mandatory, but in many countries, no such mandates have been issued. So there is now an urgent need to take steps globally and particularly to formulate the accounting and valuation techniques regarding environmental issues, and the economic activities should not be guided by profit motive alone, but should also include quality of life and ecological balances. Thank you.
Now I am going to call Naresh Kumar Metawala. The name is added after the publishing of the list, and his topic is reporting of Naresh Kumar Metawala. Naresh Kumar Metawala, reporting of Sustainable Development Goal 13 Climate Action in Indian Corporates. फुल स्क्रीन पे कर दो राकेश जी, फुल स्क्रीन कर दो. Good morning everyone. My name is Naresh Kumar Metawala, research scholar from Mohanlal Sukhadia University, Udaipur. मेरा टॉपिक है रिपोर्टिंग ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल 13 क्लाइमेट एक्शन इन इंडियन कॉर्पोरेट्स. जैसा कि आप सब जानते हैं कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स जो है यूएन ने डेवलप किए थे, 17 गोल्स हैं जो जिनका टारगेट है 2030 तक अचीव करना. ठीक है, तो मैंने इस पे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल 13 की रिपोर्टिंग इंडियन कॉर्पोरेट्स में कैसे हो रही है उसके बारे में स्टडी की है, जिसको मैंने डिस्क्लोजर इंडेक्स के थ्रू स्टडी की है. डिस्क्लोजर इंडेक्स मैंने इसमें बनाया है कि जो जीआरआई स्टैंडर्ड है, जिसमें क्लाइमेट एक्शन 13 जो गोल 13 है उससे रिलेटेड डिस्क्लोजर्स हैं, जिसमें 10 स्टैंडर्ड है जो जीआरआई 10 स्टैंडर्ड है जो जिसके अंदर 26 आइटम है जो क्लाइमेट एक्शन से रिलेटेड रिपोर्टिंग के बारे में हमको दिखाते हैं. इस स्टडी के लिए हमने डाटा जो कि 7 सेक्टर्स में डिवाइडेड है. उसमें 7 सेक्टर्स हैं और उसके लिए जो हाइपोथेसिस डेवलपमेंट की. सर स्लाइड नेक्स्ट. हाँ, हमारे रिसर्च का ऑब्जेक्टिव है टू एग्जामिन द एक्सटेंट ऑफ रिपोर्टिंग ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल 13 क्लाइमेट एक्शन इन इंडियन स्टेट कंपनीज, एंड सेकंड ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू कंडक्ट a comparative study of reporting of sustainable development goal 13 climate action among the select 7 sectors in India. For this study, we developed a hypothesis. Hypothesis one is there is no significant difference in SDG disclosure score within selected Indian companies. And second hypothesis is there is no significant difference in SDG disclosure score among 7 selected listed companies as regard to reporting of sustainable development goal. For this study, 35 national stock exchange Indian companies, companies of each sector was selected. When the following 7 sector companies of each sector were selected, chemicals, transportation, automobiles and auto components, textiles, cement and construction, consumer durables. Statistics are question values test and analysis values for this study. The hypothesis that there is no significant difference in LDV disclosure scores within selected Indian companies to analyze this hypothesis we use cross-screen values test. The result of cross-screen values test revealed that there is no significant difference across the sample. The hypothesis there is no significant difference in LDV disclosure score within selected companies was accepted. Significant difference in LDV disclosure score among 7 sectors of listed companies as regard to reporting of sustainable development goal having climate action to analyze this hypothesis we use and the findings reveal there is a significant difference across sector. The hypothesis there is no significant difference in LDV disclosure score among 7 sectors of listed companies as regard to reporting of sustainable development goal having climate action was rejected. Findings are reporting of sustainable development goal having climate action in context varying from sector to sectors. There is a significant difference in reporting on LDG 30 among the sectors. The findings also suggest that there is huge gap between reporting according to the J and financial reporting framework. Meanwhile, reporting SDG in more quantitative in new BRSR report, which are mandatory for 1,000 listed companies by market capitalization from financial year 2022-23. Then all business responsibility report BRR. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Naresh. Now I am going to call Renu for their presentation. His topic is also not included in the list.
A very good morning to all of you. I am Renu Kumari, currently pursuing PhD. Good morning to all of you. I am Renu Kumari, currently pursuing PhD from Department of Law, University of Rajasthan. Firstly, I would like to thank my humble supervisor, Dr. Akhil Kumar, for guiding me. I would like to thank the organizers of this conference for providing me the opportunity to present my research paper. The topic of my presentation is Water Resource Management in Ancient India. We know that life is inevitably depends upon the availability of safe drinking water. Water is the most important substance of the environment. It is the main source of the development of a civilization. Since the emergence of these civilizations, people realized the importance of water and developed their settlements on the banks of rivers. So the idea of water conservation has been in existence since the advent of human civilization. In my presentation, the main focus will be on the significance of water resources, techniques, and approaches of water resource management, followed by the ancient Indians and their significance in the present time. I have divided my presentation into 3 main parts. Firstly, I would like to give an overview of the significance of water resources in ancient India. Ancient Indian literature highlights that the dharma of every person in the society is to protect nature and natural resources. In the Vedic and other Indian traditions, the natural resources personified as gods and goddesses, and people worship them. In the later Vedic period, To counter the complex Brahmanical rituals, Buddhism and Jainism came into existence and promoted the conservation of nature and natural resources. By 400 CE, there was a decline in agricultural production, possibly because of water shortages, decline in soil fertility, or the growth of human population. Now, I will focus on the water management techniques and approaches followed by the ancient Indians. It is assumed that water scarcity and drier climate led to innovations in the field of water management in India. Excavations of Indus Valley civilizations shows the remains of an extensive network of canals for irrigation, water storage systems, and sustainable water harvesting techniques developed throughout the civilization. Harappan people had advanced system of water supply and developed the first urban sanitation system in the world. Dholavira is a unique site of Indus Valley civilization to develop advanced technology for water harvesting and water conservation. The unique feature of this site is that the reservoirs and channels were built of stones. The site had 16 interlinked water reservoirs made by cutting rocks and had channels to divert the overflowing water and distillation chambers to provide purified water. The Vedic literature illustrates the advanced development of hydraulic engineering. The Arth Shastra of Kautilya provides an extensive account of various water reservoirs such as dams, wells, bunds built for agricultural purpose. Ahars and pines of Magad region were effective water effecting tools. My final point concerns about the significance of traditional water management techniques in the present time. These techniques are still in functional in some of regions of the country. However, these techniques were evolved according to the physiographic conditions and ecology of a place. These techniques still can be useful and still can be proved cost-effective alternatives if combined with the modern technologies to rejuvenate the scarce water resources of the country. Finally, I would like to conclude my topic. As we know that water scarcity is a critical issue across the country, a lot of people have not access to safe drinking water due to lack of efficient water management and distribution system, reduction in traditional water recharge area, and lack of infrastructure to store rainwater. So, in this context, I would like to suggest judicious and sustainable use of water and restoring the traditional methods of water harvesting can pave the way towards rejuvenation of water resources of the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Renu. You have drawn our attention for the development of Indian Dharma, and it is a matter of concern that we have left the concept of Dharma and going towards the concept of religion. Although many people think that they both are same, but the Indian Dharma has its quality for the not only for the people but also for the animals and environment. We have worshipped our river Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, as well as we worship the tree of people, and the Rajasthan is well known for these direction and traditions of Jamboji and Vishnoi Samaj. We have developed the concept of Or and Ojhar and Ogad. We have developed bodies, cold, talab, and preservation of water is a main element in our Indian Dharma. We have to go for them and we have to preserve our planet through these directions. After the presentation of paper, anybody else? किसी और पेपर प्रेजेंट करना है इस सेशन में दो. Thank you for paper. Your good name? Rakesh Kumar. I think it has been mentioned. Rakesh Badala. Rakesh Kumar Arya. The next paper, Mr. Rakesh Kumar Arya. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Rakesh Kumar Adi, the Department of Chemistry, research of photogenic cell using mixed biodegradable surfactant in tetragon fructose system for power production and storage. Today's world energy will play a major role in the economic growth and also energy is main input for overall social economic development any country. Energy, the prime catalyst for economic growth, is vital to sustain of a modern nation. Future economic growth depend in a very crucial way on the long-term availability of energy from sources that are affordable, accessible, and environmental friendly. Energy plays a very significant role in our day-to-day life. Energy provides us to live an easy life. Achieving a secure, efficient, and clean energy supply is one of the major issues facing the world community. Since there is an urgent need to focus the higher attention on development of new energy source. A photogalvanic cell is a form of photoelectrochemical cell that use the Becquerel effect to operate. Photogalvanic cells are light harvesting device that convert solar energy into electricity and store it. The PG cell is a two-in-one device that combines solar power generation with solar power storage capabilities. The mixed biodegradable non-ionic surfactant was employed in this study because it aids in the solubilization and stability of the system. Tetragen food dye was used as a photosensitizer and fructose was used as reducing agent and electron donor. At a high pH, a very dilute solution of dye, reductant and surfactant was used in the photogalvanic cell. Experiments have been conducted on photopotential, photocurrent and power. The cell's current voltage characteristics were also investigated. Next. These are key factor, fill factor, conversion efficiency, photopotential, photocurrent. About solar energy. Solar energy comes from the radiant energy that is produced in the sun at extreme temperature, causing nuclear fusion to occur. This result of a temperature that is in excess of show and radiant from the sun form of light and heat. The solar energy is easily available, cheap and eco-friendly source of energy as over the other renewable source of energy with special reference to abundantly available and its promising nature. Advantage of solar energy: infinite energy resource, greatly reduced pollutions, low running cost, sustainable or remote areas. Solar energy does not require any fuel. Solar energy helps considerably maintain the ecological balance. Disabilities of solar energy: solar power are not available at night time. Many may be available due to weather condition. Fossil fuels account for about 90% of world energy consumption. The combustion of fossil fuel is harmful to environment. Renewable energy sources are the best alternative sources to replace the use of fossil fuels. The conversion of solar energy into many forms of energy is an important priority today. The storage of solar energy is the main required object of the scientific globe to us it as and when required. Photogalvanic cell. The photogalvanic cell is the type of photochemical cell which is used for solar energy conversion. The photogalvanic cell are based on some chemical reaction which gives rise to high energy products on excitation by a photon. The solar energy is the best option to fulfill the energy demand. First of all, scientists Becquerel explained the photochemical effects of solar energy.
It is based on photogalvanic effect. The photogalvanic effect was first observed by Rydell and Williams, and it was systematically investigated by Rabinovich. These are methodology. We use the simplified form of photogalvanic cell as follows. In this, V for potential, A for current. Potential is a digital pH meter or current for microammeter. R for resistance, carbon pot. K for key. C for copper connecting wire. G for simple glass beaker. P for platinum electrode as negative terminal of cell. E for yellow colored electrolyte solution. S for saturated calomel electrodes as positive terminal of the cell. Next, these are my optimum results. The efficiency and economic feasibility of photogalvanic cell for solar energy conversion and storage may still be improved by selecting many more combinations of two distinct surfactant and selecting the appropriate reductant and photosensitizer dye in the photogalvanic cell. Next, conclusion. Providing a safe, efficient and clean energy source is one of the most pressing concerns for the worldwide community, because there is a pressing need to invest greater resource in the development of alternative fuels. Based on the findings, we believe that a single surfactant has a greater impact on photogalvanic cell than a mixture of surfactant. The single surfactant has improved not only the conversion efficiency but also the storage capacity of photogalvanic cell. Extensive efforts are still needed to improve electrical output and storage capacity of photogalvanic cells while lowering their cost to achieve commercial viability. Next, these are quotations. Solar energy is future fuels. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rakesh Arya. The next paper is, I'm calling for the next paper, Poonam Yadav. Rakesh ji? Poonam Yadav.
Good morning, one and all present here. My name is Poonam Yadav. I am from Department of Zoology, and my topic for presentation is estimation of bioaccumulation of heavy metals in water and tissues of fish. So first of all, what are heavy metals? Metallic elements that have relatively high density and are toxic even at very low level are known as heavy metals. For example, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and many more. Although heavy metals are produced by man-made activities, they finally reach into the sea through sewage discharges. The sea surface water mostly have low recycling rates, hence pollutant contamination from industries have a strong impact on physiochemical properties of water. Over the last few decades, there has been a continuous threat to the marine ecosystem as large quantities of toxic pollutants have been released into marine ecosystems, mostly due to wastewater generated from industrial, municipal, and agricultural runoff. Then we move on to bioaccumulation. The term bioaccumulation is well defined as the modest intake of materiality from the environment or a deposition over a period or retaining of the substance in tissue. Why I have taken fish as my model organism for research? Because fish are considered to be the most significant biomonitors in aquatic systems for the estimation of metal pollution level. They offer several specific advantages in describing the natural characteristics of aquatic systems and in assessing the changes to the habitats. In addition, fish are located at the end of the aquatic food chain and they have accumulated metals and pass them to human beings through food, causing chronic or acute diseases. Then are biomarkers. Even at low and mild concentrations, pollutants often show injurious effects on organisms, which are challenging to forecast because impacts are extracted out only after lengthened subjections. Therefore, it is necessary to have warning signals that are seen even after exposure to trace concentrations of toxins, and this is done by biomarkers. A a biomarker is an objective measure that captures what is happening in a cell or an organism at a given moment. They can serve as early warning systems for an organism's health. And conclusion for my study is, in recent decades, pollution biomarkers have evidence they work as early warning of contrary effects in environmental biomonitoring. In perception, pollution biomarkers can signify useful apparatuses with low cost for indication. They can put up our knowledge on the interrelationship between environmental destruction by pollutants and human health and ecosystem health in more broader terms of vision. Thank you.
Next speaker, Nivedita Kumari.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nivedita Kumari, research scholar from the Zoology Department. My topic is assessment of heavy metal toxicity in living organisms. Introduction. Heavy metals are generally referred to as these metals which possess a specific density more than 5 grams per centimeter cube. Metals are non-biodegradable and cannot be broken down, so they can be easily accumulated in the organism's body. Heavy metals can bind covalently with the organic groups and form lipophilic compounds and distribute within the body. Heavy metal toxicity depends on the many factors like types of metal, form of metal, and duration of the exposure of heavy metals to the organism. Classification of heavy metals. Heavy metals can be classified into the two groups. First is essential heavy metal and the next is non-essential heavy metal. All the essential heavy metals are those which are needed by the body for performing the vital functions of the body. Examples of essential heavy metals like copper, zinc, cobalt, iron, and nickel. Non-essential heavy metals include those heavy metals which are not needed by the body for any function. So they can be easily accumulated in the organism body and causes the toxipathic effect. And its examples are lead, arsenic, cadmium, and mercury. Heavy metals, it can be easily entered into the environment by any sources. It can be natural sources or it can be anthropogenic sources. In natural sources like the weathering of land, erosion of rocks, volcanic eruptions, forest fires, aerosol formations, and the anthropogenic sources include the inorganic and organic fertilizers, sewage sludge, fossil fuels, combustion, industrial discharge, etc. Now we come to the mercury toxicity. Health effect of the mercury toxicity. It can be two effects like short-term effect or the long-term effect. Short-term effect like memory loss, impaired hearing, vision, speech tremor, lack of coordination, skin irritations, difficulty in chewing and swallowing. Long-term effects include the weakness, fatigue, anorexia, weight loss, disturbance of gastrointestinal function, and disrupt the many functions of the nervous system. This picture shows the mercury in a house paint causes the acrodynia, patches on the hand. Next, Minimata disease. Minimata disease is a neurological syndrome caused by the severe mercury poisoning. Symptoms include the ataxia, numbness in hand and feet, general muscle weakness, paralysis, coma, death, followed with week of onset of symptoms. Minamata disease was the first discovered in Minamata City, Japan in 1950s. It was caused by the release of methyl mercury in the industrial wastewater, which is discharged from the factory. The highly toxic chemical bicarbonate easily in the shellfish and fishes in Minamata Bay, and which can be eaten by the local population, resulted in mercury poisoning, while the cat, dog, and the human's death continued for the many years. Next, arsenic toxicity. Arsenic can be toxic through the epidemiology, cytotoxicity, and the genotoxicity. Epidemiology includes the dermal disease, cardiovascular disease, skin cancer, bladder cancer, diabetes mellitus. Cytotoxicity means
cell cycle arrest, autophagy, cell appearance, differentiation, cell dysfunction, apoptosis, cell access proliferation. Genotoxicity includes the oxidative DNA damage, DNA strand break, sister chromatids exchange, chromosomal abbreviation. Now, treatment of heavy metal poisoning. The standard treatment is chelation therapy. This includes giving medication either through a pill or injection that binds to the heavy metals in your body. These medications are known as chelators. As they bind to the metals, chelators help to usher them out of our body as waste. Thank you so much.
Next speaker, microfauna as a indicator of environmental pollution.
Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I am a PhD scholar from Zoology Department, University of Rajasthan. What I'd like to present to you today is my topic, that is microfauna as an indicator of environmental pollution. So, what do we understand by pollution? The introduction of hazardous elements into the environment is pollution. These harmful materials are called pollutants. Natural pollutants include volcanic ash, oil, and natural gases, etc. They can also be brought by human activities such as factory runoff and agricultural waste. Increasing population, growing urbanization, and industrialization are causing intense pollution, damaging the water, soil, and air quality. Pollution in aquatic reservoirs. The quality of water is being impacted by human activities, such as the usage of fossil fuels, mining, and agriculture. Direct releases of various hazardous contaminants, such as dyes, sludge, and other waste into the water system are prevalent. Agricultural waste with fertilizers and pesticides also end up in the water. Industrial waste containing dangerous chemicals and heavy metals such as arsenic, lead, nickel, zinc, cadmium, chromium, mercury, and copper, which are non-biodegradable, also released into water bodies. Next. These are the major source of environmental pollutants, such as industrial waste, agricultural waste, river and marine dumping, landfills, etc. What do we understand by microfauna? Microfauna include planktons. Planktons are organisms that live suspended in water bodies such as lakes, ponds, rivers, and seas, and cannot swim against the current of water. The phytoplankton and zooplankton communities make up the plankton community. Phytoplankton is important because they are the chief primary producers of an aquatic environment which fixes solar energy through the process of photosynthesis. Zooplankton depends on the phytoplankton and other particulate matter that is found in the water for food. These are the examples of plankton. Plankton, why are these important? These are indicators. Planktons are the foundation of any aquatic ecosystem. We can access the reservoirs overall health by focusing on abundance and diversity. Planktons are a good indicator of pollution. The diversity and seasonal variation of these microfauna aiding monitoring environmental pollution in any aquatic habitat. Pollution has an effect on plankton composition and distribution. As pollution level rises over time, plankton diversity and abundance decrease. Why are they important? Phytoplankton, zooplankton distribution, abundance, species diversity, and species composition help in assessing the ecological integrity of a water body. The loss of diversity may have an impact on aquatic food webs, which could harm other species and fishing business. It is crucial to access planktonic diversity in water bodies in order to maintain good health and the environment. They also play a key role in phytoremediation of various pollutants, just like heavy metals. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I am going to call our eminent guest, Dr. Manguram. Dr. Manguram is Assistant Professor in Aviation Department, GNU University, Jodhpur. Very down-to-earth personality. Many research papers in national and international journal has been published by them, and now over to you, sir. Thank you. Respected Professor K.S. Thakur, sir, the teachers, scholars, and the students. Topic of conference is very wide and burning issue. Environmental protection. इसके ऊपर तो वैसे बहुत कुछ हर कोई बोल सकता है, हर कोई बोल सकता है, लेकिन एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट कैसे किया जाना चाहिए या कैसे किया जा सकता है, तो काफी जो स्कॉलर्स ने बात की है, लेकिन शुरुआत स्वयं से हो तो अच्छा है, क्योंकि एनवायरनमेंट को कई तरीके से पोल्यूट किया जाता है। तो पहले तो अपने आप से शुरुआत करें कि उसको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट किया जा सकता है। मैं अकाउंटिंग का स्टूडेंट हूं, तो हमारे एक अकाउंटिंग में एक टर्म काम में ली जाती है, ग्रीन अकाउंटिंग। वैसे ही कई इंडियन कंपनीज ग्रीन अकाउंटिंग के बारे में अपना डिस्क्लोजर प्रैक्टिसेस देती है, लेकिन उनको चाहिए कि वो प्रॉपर फॉर्म में और जो लास्ट स्टेक होल्डर्स है उस तक पहुंचे। और मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा जोड़ना चाहूंगा कि जो इन्वेस्टमेंट लेती है तो उस इन्वेस्टमेंट के ऊपर भी ग्रीन अकाउंटिंग का इफेक्ट आना चाहिए, ताकि क्या है कि एनवायरनमेंट को और अच्छे तरीके से प्रोटेक्ट किया जा सकता है। कई सारे जो कार्बन पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं, कैसे उनको रिडीम किया जाता है, कैसे नहीं किया जाता है, उसका एक स्ट्रिक्ट फॉर्मेट होना चाहिए, ताकि जो एनवायरनमेंट को आसानी से इजीली उसको प्रोटेक्ट किया जा सके। ज्यादा तो मैं कुछ नहीं कहूंगा, लेकिन फिर भी अपनी एक ड्यूटी बनती। मैं एक सिंपल सा आज कल जोधपुर से आया, तो वैसे मैं 2 जोड़ी कपड़े लेके आया था। मैंने देखा कि अब मेरे को एक जरूरत नहीं है, तो मैंने वही कपड़े पहने, क्योंकि वो पहनूंगा तो खराब हो गया और उसके लिए पानी की जरूरत होगी, तो वो पानी को अपन सेव कर सकते हैं। ये कई सारे तरीके हैं जो छोटे छोटे तरीके से अपन उसको अपने जीवन में उतार के आसानी से उसको एनवायरनमेंट को, पर्यावरण को पॉल्यूट होने से रोका जा सकता है। थैंक यू सो मच। जो ऑर्गेनाइजर है उन्होंने मेरे को मौका दिया, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू। Manguram ji, and now it's time to call our session chair, Professor K.S. Thakur, who is a professor of commerce and management with 35 years of experience of teaching, including 30 years of experience of professorship in UAG University, and he is dedicated for academics. He is associated with UGC as well as the RPSC, Public Service Commission of the state, a member of various committees for the slate examination. He is a member of NEC visit for the coloring standard of higher education. 153 research in Scoopers UGC care list, as well as the Journal of National and International Student. It is a matter of proud that 49 students has been awarded PhD degree in his guidance, and 32 registration has been completed for MPhil in his guidance, and more than 70 paper has been published by More than 70 papers have been presented by him in various conferences. He has visited 50 foreign universities throughout the country, and for the academic excellence, he has been experience of Dean, Faculty of Commerce twice in Georgia University. He has been head of department twice time in Georgia University, chairman board of studies, member of member of executive council, chairman of various universities committees, member of planning evaluation board, as well as the standing committee. मैं अब आपके और सर के बीच में ज्यादा समय नहीं लेते हुए आमंत्रित करता हूँ सर को कि आप आए, और ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि सर रेगुलरली विजिट राजस्थान यूनिवर्सिटी और सेंटर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग दोनों को विजिट करते रहते हैं। तो हम इनसे बहुत तहे दिल से सर का स्वागत करते हैं और आमंत्रित करते हैं सर आप आए और हमारे इस सेशन को
Good morning, Madam Silva, Dr. Raj Bahadur Sharma, Mangu Ramji from Jodhpur, Akhil, Dr. Akhil, and other faculty members of University of Rajasthan, paper presenters and invitees. Total 7 research papers presented in this session out of 13 research papers. Madam Silva focus on speech is very nice. Focus on all aspects and discuss all information regarding environmental accounting. And Dr. R.B. Sharma focus on environmental accounting issues, various issues, including environmental protection and environmental cost. Some paper presenters discuss environmental accounting, and some paper presenters discuss on paper related to physical science, life science, etc. We know what is environmental accounting. Environmental accounting covers 3 terms. Identification, number is 1. Number 2, measurement. Number 3, allocation of cost. Identification means to identify environment related problems and its solution. Number 2, to measure environment, or to calculate environmental cost. The scope of environmental accounting is divided into 2 parts, internal and external. Purpose of internal environment within the company and external to scale environment. This is the main objective of external environment. Why need of environmental accounting? Helping decision making means
decision making. Second is help in analysis of environment cost. Environmental accounting and management accounting. These are two very important methods for calculating of environmental cost. Connection of environmental information to collect data related to environment. And last page, help in internal audit within the company. What is procedure of internal audit? What are the benefits of internal audit? These are important to use for environmental audit. पेपर प्रेजेंटर जो पेपर प्रेजेंट किए all presentations are very nice and cover all aspects of environmental accounting, pollution, and other areas of environmental accounting. First presenter was Kiran Meena. Topic is environmental accounting, a conceptual study in India. This is your title. थोड़े मैं आपको सजेशन दे दूं इसमें. This is plain title. What is research? In this title, रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड टाइटल हमारा होना चाहिए. तो आप इसे मॉडिफाई करके फ्यूचर में इन्वायरमेंटल अकाउंटिंग चैलेंजेस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन इंडिया, इसे आप थोड़ा रीफ्रेम करके करें. सेकंड, नरेश कुमार, फोकस ऑन वेरियस issues related to environmental accounting. इन्होंने टर्म यूज किया है हाइपोथेसिस में रिजेक्टेड. व्हाट इज रिजेक्टेड? हाइपोथेसिस इज एक्सेप्टेड और हाइपोथेसिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड. व्हाट इज रिजेक्टेड? रिजेक्ट तो कुछ है ही नहीं. हाइपोथेसिस यदि हमारी रिजेक्ट होती है तो फिर हमारी कोई रिसर्च नहीं हो पाएगी, किसी भी तरह का कोई हम डिसीजन नहीं ले पाएंगे. तो दो टर्म होती है हाइपोथेसिस के लिए जो हम जनरली यूज करते हैं. हाइपोथेसिस इज एक्सेप्टेड और नॉट एक्सेप्टेड, नॉट रिजेक्टेड. रिजेक्टेड वर्ड तो कहीं है ही नहीं है. ये तो हम लोगों ने ये अपना नया ये शब्द लेके आ गए, हाइपोथेसिस इज रिजेक्टेड. तो जो कंक्लूजन आप लोगों के थे, मेरी आपको एक एडवाइस है. पेपर बेस्ड ऑन ओनली मेथोडोलॉजी, कंसेप्चुअल पेपर का समय नहीं है. अब आज से 20 वर्ष पहले था, कंसेप्चुअल मॉडल हमने तैयार किया और उसे हमने डिस्क्राइब कर दिया. अब हमारा समय बदल गया है. रिसर्च पेपर जितने भी जो प्रेजेंट हुए, किसी ने प्रॉपर मेथोडोलॉजी उसमें यूज नहीं की. मैं आपको थोड़ा एक आइडिया दे देता हूं प्रोसेस का. जब भी आप रिसर्च पेपर तैयार करें, उस समय आपका जो टाइटल हो पेपर का, वो आपका रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड होना चाहिए. नंबर 1. यदि आपका टाइटल रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड है तो आप मानना कि आपका रिसर्च पेपर बहुत अच्छा होगा, एक्सीलेंट वर्क होगा आपका. रिसर्च टाइटल जब हमने फाइनल कर लिया पेपर का, उसके बाद में आपको कुछ बातें ध्यान रखनी है। जो आपका इंट्रोडक्शन है, इंट्रोडक्शन में जनरली हम कुछ भी लिख देते हैं, जबकि इंट्रोडक्शन जो हमारा पेपर का है उसमें आपको जो टाइटल में जो हमने वर्ड्स यूज किए हैं उस पर फोकस करना चाहिए। इंट्रोडक्शन का मीनिंग ये है, यहाँ टाइटल में जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक आपका इन्वायरमेंटल अकाउंटिंग था, अ कंसेप्चुअल स्टडी इन इंडिया। तो जब भी आप इस पर कोई रिसर्च पेपर तैयार करें तो इंट्रोडक्शन में पहले आपको इन्वायरमेंटल अकाउंटिंग पे फोकस करना है। प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो में उसकी नीड क्यों है वो बतलानी है, और हमारे इंडिया में अभी क्या पोजीशन है इन्वायरमेंटल अकाउंटिंग के लिए, क्या हमारा सेटअप है, क्या हमारे स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, रूल्स हैं, रेगुलेशंस जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने फ्रेम की है उन पर फोकस करना है। दूसरा है हमारा कीवर्ड्स। कीवर्ड्स आपको जरूर यूज करने चाहिए रिसर्च पेपर में। जो हमने रिसर्च पेपर में जो अच्छे शब्दों का उपयोग किया है दैट इज कीवर्ड्स। कीवर्ड्स हमारे 3 और 4 से ज्यादा नहीं होने चाहिए कभी भी। उसके बाद में आपका एक रिव्यू का पार्ट होना चाहिए, रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर। कहीं भी नहीं है, किसी भी पेपर में रिव्यू कुछ है ही नहीं। रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर का पार्ट हमारा होना चाहिए। रिसर्च पेपर के लिए आप कोशिश करें कि मिनिमम 10 to 15 रिव्यू करें। हम नेशनल भी हो सकते हैं, मींस डोमेस्टिक भी हो सकते हैं, जो हमारे इंडिया में विद इन इंडिया जो रिसर्च हुई है, और हमारे इंटरनेशनल कुछ जो हमारी रिसर्च है उनको भी हम शामिल कर सकते हैं। देन रिसर्च गैप और नीड ऑफ स्टडी। ये हम स्टडी क्यों कर रहे हैं, नीड है ना इसकी, और नीड आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे आप रिसर्च गैप से, और हमारा रिसर्च गैप आएगा रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर से। रिव्यू किए हमने 10-15 वर्क हमने रिव्यू किए। रिव्यू के बाद हमें मालूम पड़ा कि इस एरिया पर कोई ज्यादा काम नहीं हुआ है, तो वो हमारा गैप हो गया ना, हमने गैप आइडेंटिफाई किया। दिस इज रिसर्च गैप। अब हम क्यों कर रहे हैं, तो आप अपना जस्टिफिकेशन दीजिए। जो आपका जस्टिफिकेशन होगा दैट इज नीड ऑफ अवर स्टडी। इसके बाद आपको देना चाहिए ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में जनरली अभी भी कुछ लोगों ने लिखा था टू स्टडी ऑन इन्वायरमेंटल अकाउंटिंग। स्टडी तो है ही हमारी, इसमें कुछ हम स्टडी वर्ड का ऑब्जेक्टिव में कभी यूज ना करें। एनालिसिस, एग्जामिन, ठीक है, इस तरह के जो हमारे वर्ड्स हैं उनको हम यूज करें। एक बात और ध्यान रखिए, रिसर्च पेपर में कभी भी 2 या 3 से ज्यादा ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होना चाहिए। मेरा ये पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस है। अपन 7, 8, 10 लिस्ट लंबी बना देते हैं। रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव्स का मतलब है कि वो आपको रिसर्च जो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हमने पेपर में लिखे हुए हैं उन 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 पर फोकस करना है हमें। लिखने मात्र से कुछ नहीं है। ऑब्जेक्टिव्स कुछ है हमारे, टाइटल कुछ है, और हमने एनालिसिस और कुछ कर दिया। रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव आपके जो बेस्ड ऑन रिसर्च टाइटल, रिसर्च टाइटल पर आधारित आपके रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होने चाहिए। ये मैच करना चाहिए। टाइटल हमारा कुछ कह रहा है, ऑब्जेक्टिव कुछ कह रहे हैं, और हमने एनालिसिस और कर दिया, और कंक्लूजन हमारा बहुत कुछ आ गया। आजकल के पेपर ये हैं, तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए। इसके बाद एक आता है हमारा मैथोलॉजी का पार्ट। रिसर्च मैथोलॉजी इसे बोलते हैं, तो हम रिसर्च तो वही, तो रिसर्च वर्ड जनरली हम यूज नहीं करते हैं। मैथोलॉजी, मैथोलॉजी में
4-5 जो स्टेप्स हैं उनको आप कभी ना भूलें। एक पहला है very most important is research design। हमारी जो रिसर्च है उसका नेचर क्या है, स्ट्रक्चर है, एम्पिरिकल नेचर का है। साइंस में कुछ बच्चे थे यहाँ, फिजिकल साइंस और लाइफ साइंस फ्रॉम जियोलॉजी एंड फिजिकल साइंस केमिस्ट्री। आप लोगों को मालूम हो कि आपकी यहाँ प्योर रिसर्च होती है। सोशल साइंस में हमारे यहाँ पर जो रिसर्च होती है वो डिस्क्रिप्टिव नेचर की होती है या इंपेरिकल नेचर की होती है। उससे रीजन है वो रिसर्च इसलिए है आपके यहाँ क्योंकि आप एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, इसलिए वो आपकी प्योर रिसर्च होती है। हमारे यहाँ मोस्टली जो रिसर्च हो रही है वो हमारी हो रही है डिस्क्रिप्टिव नेचर में या इंपेरिकल नेचर में। यदि कोई हमने कंसेप्चुअल कोई मॉडल तैयार किया हुआ है, हमारा रिसर्च वर्क कंसेप्चुअल नेचर का है, तो वो हमारा रिसर्च डिजाइन जो हम यूज करेंगे वो हमारा डिस्क्रिप्टिव नेचर का होगा। हमने यदि प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी डेटा यूज किए हैं या प्राइमरी डेटा ही हमने यूज किए हैं और हमने अपनी हाइपोथेसिस टेस्ट की हुई है, तो वो हमारा इंपेरिकल नेचर का वर्क होगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई रिसर्च या रिसर्च पेपर इंपेरिकल नेचर का ही हो या डिस्क्रिप्टिव नेचर का हो, ऐसा नहीं है। एक रिसर्च पेपर या रिसर्च वर्क दोनों भी हो सकते हैं। डिस्क्रिप्टिव रिसर्च डिजाइन भी वो यूज कर सकते हैं और इंपेरिकल रिसर्च डिजाइन भी वो यूज कर सकते हैं। तो आपको रिसर्च डिजाइन बतलाना चाहिए। रिसर्च हमारी दो तरह की होती है, एक तो केस स्टडी होती है और एक हमारी सैंपल बेस्ड स्टडी होती है। इसमें फॉर एग्जांपल आप अपने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ राजस्थान के फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन पर कोई वर्क करें, दैट इज कॉल्ड केस स्टडी। सैंपल में है कि आपकी राजस्थान में 20-25 यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं और हमने 10 का वर्क कर लिया, दैट इज कॉल्ड सैंपल रिसर्च वर्क। ओके, तो आपको सैंपल साइज का भी निर्धारण करना है। जनरली क्या करते हैं, हम सैंपल साइज ले लिया हमने 500 का, तो आपसे हम पूछ रहे हैं रिसर्च पेपर में सैंपल साइज नॉट मोर देन 200, 200 से ज्यादा नहीं लेना चाहिए रिसर्च पेपर में। यदि आपका रिसर्च वर्क है तो 500-600 भी चलेगा। उसका एक सेट फॉर्मूला है कैलकुलेशन का, पॉपुलेशन बेस्ड फॉर्मूला है वो। आप पूछ रहे हैं कि आपने 500 कहाँ से ले लिया, तो कोई उसका पॉजिटिव रिप्लाई नहीं आता, पेपर प्रेजेंटर की तरफ से भी नहीं आता और रिसर्चर की तरफ से भी नहीं आता। तो आप सैंपल डिजाइन जो करें वो आपका फॉर्मूला बेस्ड होना चाहिए, जिसका आप जस्टिफिकेशन दे सके, प्रॉपर जस्टिफिकेशन उसका होना चाहिए। जनरली हम नहीं करते हैं सिलेक्शन करते हैं 500 का, 600 का, 200 का, लेकिन आप उससे पूछ रहे कि भाई ये 200 और 500 की फिगर कहाँ से आई है, तो वो नहीं बता पाते। उसमें एक और हम सबसे बड़ी गलती हम क्या करते हैं, वैलिडिटी और रिलेटिविटी नहीं लगाते। हमने प्राइमरी डेटा क्वेश्चन से कर लिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है, क्वेश्चनर से किया, 5 पॉइंट स्केल हमने क्वेश्चन यूज कर ली, डिकल्ट मेथड की, बहुत अच्छी बात है। उनसे पूछ लें कि आपने इसमें रिलायबिलिटी और वैलिडिटी यूज किया है क्या। सो बोले सर ये क्या होता है रिलायबिलिटी वैलिडिटी। भाई आपने मुझसे क्वेश्चनर फिल करवाई, उसका मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ, सही दे रहा हूँ, गलत दे रहा हूँ, तो आपको मुझ पर विश्वास तो करना पड़ेगा। उसके लिए आपको टेस्ट यूज करना पड़ेगा, उसकी वैलिडिटी, उसने जो आंसर दिए हैं वो सत्यता के कितने परे हैं, कितने नजदीक हैं, तो उसकी वैलिडिटी चेक करनी पड़ेगी। तो ये रिसर्च पेपर में ये होना चाहिए। 100 का सैंपल साइज रिसर्च पेपर में पता लगा कि हमने 100 क्वेश्चन ऑनलाइन देखी, रिप्लाई आया 97 का, तो 3 तो हमारी बाहर हो गई ना। अब जो 97 का जो रिप्लाई आया है उसमें हमें रिलायबिलिटी और वैलिडिटी के टेस्ट यूज करके उन पर फोकस करना चाहिए। इसके बाद में कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा। कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा सब जानते हैं, प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी। प्राइमरी के भी हमारे 4 मेथड हो गए, ऑब्जर्वेशन है, इंटरव्यू है, शेड्यूल है, क्वेश्चन है, दीज आर बेसिक प्राइमरी मेथड्स। ओके, ये है। इसके बाद हम हाइपोथेसिस फ्रेम करते हैं अपनी। हाइपोथेसिस का जो संबंध है ना, जो रिलेशनशिप है, वो है ऑब्जेक्टिव से। ऑब्जेक्टिव्स कुछ कह रहे हैं हमारे, हाइपोथेसिस कुछ कह रही है। हाइपोथेसिस को रिजेक्ट भी कर देते हैं हम। तो हाइपोथेसिस मैक्सिमम जितनी आपकी होंगी रिसर्च में या पेपर में, वो आपके लिए यूजफुल है। ऑब्जेक्टिव्स मैक्सिमम नहीं होने चाहिए, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को हम मिनिमाइज करें और हाइपोथेसिस को मैक्सिमाइज करें। ये हमारे बेसिक रिसर्च का कॉन्सेप्ट है। इसके बाद रिसर्च या पेपर, हमने कौन कौन से टूल्स हमने यूज किए हैं, टेस्ट हमने कौन कौन से लगाए हैं, उन पर फोकस करना चाहिए। हम लिख देते हैं, मैंने काई स्क्वायर टेस्ट यूज किया, पी टेस्ट यूज किया, एफ टेस्ट लिया, एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस यूज किया, वन वे मेथड सर मैंने यूज किया है, बहुत आसानी से बोलेगा। लेकिन उससे पूछ लो भाई पी टेस्ट या एफ टेस्ट या जेड टेस्ट या एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस या काई स्क्वायर टेस्ट आपने क्यों यूज किया, उसके बाद कोई पॉजिटिव रिप्लाई नहीं है। तो हमें लिखना है उसमें कि हमने रिग्रेशन का लीस्ट स्क्वायर मेथड यूज किया है या कोफिशिएंट और वेरिएशन मेथड हमने यूज किया है, तो इसका पर्पज ये है। हमको लिखना पड़ेगा, आपको ब्रीफ में लिखें। इसके बाद में आपका आना चाहिए एनालिसिस का पार्ट को। रिसर्च पेपर में जनरली हम उसे यूज करते हैं, हम लिखते हैं एनालिसिस एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन करते हैं, जनरली सब लोग यही लिखते हैं। अब वो समय बदल गया, ये चलता था 15 साल पहले। हमारा एंड डिस्कशन, उसका नया नाम आ गया है, जो हम टर्म यूज करते हैं रिसर्च पेपर में और रिसर्च वर्क में, एंड डिस्कशन। जो हमने डेटा कलेक्ट किए हैं उनको हम एनालाइज करेंगे और फिर हम उसमें रिव्यूज एंड डिस्कशन करेंगे। उसके बाद में आपका रिसर्च पेपर में आना चाहिए प्रॉब्लम्स, जो जो आपके टाइटल से रिलेटेड हैं, जो आपने आइडेंटिफाई किए हैं। उसके बाद आपकी रिकमेंडेशंस, लिखते थे सजेशंस, हम नहीं चलते सजेशंस, अब आती है रिकमेंडेशंस या पॉलिसी इम्प्लीकेशंस। ये वर्ड्स हैं कुछ हमारे नए जो टर्म जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं रिसर्च में ही है। फिर हम एक लास्ट में लिख देते हैं स्कोप फॉर फ्यूचर स्टडी। आपके बाद में यदि कोई रिसर्च करना चाहता है तो वो इसके लिए हम कुछ टाइटल सजेस्ट करते हैं, एरिया सजेस्ट करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड फ्यूचर स्कोप फॉर स्टडी। अब उसका भी नामकरण चेंज कर दिया है, डायरेक्शंस फॉर फ्यूचर रिसर्च। अच्छा शब्द लगा ना, डायरेक्शंस, हम डायरेक्शन दे रहे हैं उसे कि भाई आप इन एरिया पर आप अपनी रिसर्च कर सकते हैं। तो ये है, these are very important points related to writing a paper or thesis work. Okay, thank you very much प्रकाश जी, आपने हमें समय दिया, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक्स एट ऑल। आपने जो अपने वैल्यूएबल सजेशंस बताए हैं और रिसर्च टेक्निक के बारे में हमारे स्कॉलर्स को गाइड किया है, निसंदेह ही हमें इससे लाभ होगा। और रिसर्चर्स के लिए नेक्स्ट मंथ और में हम 1 डे सेमिनार करेंगे और आई थिंक फिर में हम इन रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी वर्कशॉप पे भी जा सकते हैं, तो उसमें भी हम आपके वैल्यूएबल सजेशन के लिए पुनः में आमंत्रित करेंगे और हमारे रिसर्च स्कॉलर आपसे निसंदेह ही वर्कशॉप में सीख के रिसर्च में टेक्निक्स को अडॉप्ट करने की का प्रयास करेंगे। थैंक यू सर। और अब सभी लंच के लिए आमंत्रित हैं। 1 बजे शार्प हमारा अगला सेशन शुरू हो जाएगा, तो आप प्लीज लेट मत कीजिएगा, क्योंकि प्रोफेसर भसीन का अवेलेबल टाइम 1 बजे से 41 तक हमारे साथ रहेगा। उसमें हम किसी तरह की कोई लेट नहीं करना चाहते, क्योंकि अभी देरी होगी फिर प्रोफेसर भसीन बहुत समय बाद हमसे जुड़ पाएंगे और बहुत डिले हो जाएगा। तो आप सभी लंच के लिए आमंत्रित हैं और नेक्स्ट सेशन उसके बाद हम 1 बजे शुरू कर देंगे।